Morisan's movies are getting way too wild. In fact, some of them are so insane. They should be illegal to watch. You ever watch a Maurice movie and think, wait, did he just... These movies are so over the top. They should come with a warning label, or better yet, a lawyer. Let's dive into these movies that should probably be illegal to watch, but we are watching them anyway. In His Arm, the movies revolves around Jamal and Ariat's relationship, marked by betrayal and separation. Harriet leaves Jamal for the wealthy and dangerous Oscar, leading to a series of conflicts. Harry's addiction and financial struggles add to the tension. The story explores themes of love, betrayal, power, redemption, and family, with characters facing difficult choices and seeking forgiveness. The plot involves a swimming instructor, Ugo, who gets caught up in the drama. The story culminates in a wedding, with the characters making choices about their future. Whatever it takes. The narrative revolves around Maliki, a drug kingpin, banker, and undercover police officer. Banker infiltrates Maliki's criminal organization, leading to a complex relationship. The story explores themes of betrayal, justice, and sacrifice. Timmy, Banker's brother, is killed, trailing Banker's quest for justice. The narrative highlights the emotional toll of undercover work and the consequences of criminal activities. The story concludes with Maliki's arrest and Banker's pursuit of justice for her brother. Loud silence. The narrative centers on Alex Michael, a successful but enigmatic businessman, and his journey of self-discovery and acceptance. Alex, despite his achievements, struggles with Tourette's syndrome and the pressure to maintain a perfect public image. His mother's controlling nature and emphasis on wealth complicate his life, particularly regarding his engagement to Vanessa. Vanessa initially appears uninterested but gradually develops genuine feelings for Alex, ultimately defending him against public scrutiny and supporting his decision to reveal his condition. The story explores themes of family dynamics, societal expectations, and importance of self-acceptance. Alex's decision to address his Tourette's in a press conference marks a turning point, inspiring others and leading to greater personal freedom. The narrative culminates in forgiveness, reconciliation, and the promise of a future built on love, friendship, and mutual support. As Alex and Vanessa chose to build a relationship based on genuine connection and understanding. One Wish. The movie revolves around Tega, a boss with a problematic personality, and his driver and assistant, Barnabas. Their lives are disrupted when they inexplicably swap bodies. The story explores their struggles to navigate each other's lives, the impact of their relationships, and their attempts to reverse the body swap. The narrative is filled with humor, conflict, and personal growth as they seek solutions and ultimately find their way back to their original bodies. The story concludes with reconciliation, personal growth, and potential for a new beginning, including a possible movie or book based on their experience. Deep assessment. In this movie, Claraara and Daniel, whose relationship is tested by their mother's strong opinion and interference. Clara, initially hesitant about marriage due to past family experiences, faces pressure from her mother to marry and conform to societal expectations. Daniel, too, grapples with his own fear and his mother's desire for him to settle down. The mother's past experiences and strong personalities lead to conflict and tension as they attempt to control their children's choices despite the challenges. Clara and Daniel develop a deep connection and ultimately choose to marry each other, overcoming their fears and societal pressures. The story explores the theme of fear of commitment, parental control versus individual autonomy, the role of faith, and the importance of overcoming past trauma. The narrative highlights the complexities of family dynamics and the need for personal agency in making life choices. Fearless Lisa. The movie revolves around Lisa, a woman who enters a wealthy household with the intention of receiving a payoff to leave the son. The story unfolds with deception as Lisa's initial plan is revealed to be part as a larger scheme orchestrated by a father who seeks to manipulate his son's relationship. The son, Scott, is initially cold and distant, still grieving the loss of his wife. Lisa's journey involves navigating complex family dynamics, facing accusations, and making difficult choices. The father's actions are driven by a desire to see his son happy, even if it means manipulating circumstances. The story explores themes of love, loss, manipulation, and ultimate redemption. Lisa's sister provides support, and the narrative culminates in a resolution where Lisa finds love and happiness with Scott, and the family finds peace. Heart to Heart. The movie revolves around a man entangled in a love triangle. He is involved with a city woman woman and a woman from the village. The village woman unexpectedly arrives, leading to conflict and confrontation, resulting in accusation and infidelity. The protagonist attempts to manage the situation, offering the village woman money to leave, but she refuses. The city woman is deeply hurt and questions the protagonist's loyalty. The situation escalates when the village woman reveals she is pregnant with the protagonist's child. The city woman attacks the village woman, leading to her hospitalization. The city woman is then thrown out of the house. The protagonist seeks forgiveness from the village woman, expressing his love and commitment. She eventually forgives him and they reconcile, planning to build a life together, while the city woman is no longer in the picture. Addicted. Ford and Bentley's tumultuous relationship, marked by intense love, conflict, and untimely separation. Ford, initially drawn to Bentley's exciting lifestyle, finds himself increasingly at odds with his family, particularly his mother, who disapproves of Bentley's influence. The story explores themes of family expectations, personal growth, and the challenges of breaking free from destructive patterns. Ford's journey involves a struggle between his love for Bentley and his desire for a more stable life. The narrative culminates in Ford's decision to leave Bentley, leading to heartbreak and a path towards self-improvement for Ford. While Bentley grapples with the loss and seeks support from her family, the story also touches on the complexities of friendship, as seen in Ford's reunion with Jessica, and the lasting impact of past relationships. Love and sacrifice. The narrative revolves around Charles, a man who avoids commitment and prioritizes a lavish lifestyle, and his evolving relationship. The story begins with Charles' promiscuous behavior and his rejection of marriage. David, another character, exploits Stella, bringing her from the village and disrespecting her. The introduction of Michelle, Charles' alleged daughter, and his mother, Lillian, complicates matters. Lillian, unable to care for Michelle, sent her to Charles, leading to a DNA test. Charles' initially resistance is forced to confront his responsibilities. The story then takes a dramatic turn when Michelle is kidnapped and a ransom is demanded. Stella, now in a contract marriage with Charles, plays a crucial role in the exchange, risking her life. The climax involves a shooting, and Charles realizes his love for Stella. The story concludes with Charles proposing a real marriage, embracing a future built on love and commitment. Rule number 1. The story details the tumultuous relationship between Steve and Mandy, childhood friends who attempt to transition into a romantic relationship. The narrative is filled with conflicts, jealousy, and trust issues, primarily stemming from Steve's relationship with Lee. Mandy struggles with Steve's attention towards Lee, leading to arguments and misunderstandings. The story explores themes of love, friendship, and self-discovery, culminating in a breakup and a potential return to their original friendship. The characters grapple with communication breakdown, public versus private personas, and the challenges of navigating romantic relationships while preserving their long-standing bond. The story ends with a return to friendship, but with lingering questions. Insane obsession. A complex relationship filled with love, deception, and betrayal. Initially, there is an expression of deep affection and shared experiences. However, the relationship quickly deteriorates due to a series of manipulative actions. The protagonist faces challenges in securing houses, leading to a fake marriage. The story then takes a dark turn with the partner's dismissal from work, followed by a poisoning attempt. The protagonist discovers the partner's involvement in this event. The story culminates in a confrontation, a contract, and the ultimate betrayal, leading to the arrest of the partner. The story ends with a final expression of love and forgiveness. In Her Shoes. The story revolves around a couple whose lives are upended when the husband inexplicably becomes pregnant. Initially pregnant, loses the pregnancy, and the husband takes on the physical and emotional burdens. The story explores their struggle to understand and cope with his bizarre situation. They seek medical and spiritual solutions, encountering false prophets and emotional turmoil. The couple experiences conflict, misunderstandings, and a role reversal. However, a turning point arrives when the husband apologizes and they reconcile, embracing their new reality. The wife gives birth to a baby boy, and the couple celebrates the birth, strengthening their bond through the shared experience. Heart of Steel. The narrative unfolds through a series of interconnected events, primarily revolving around interpersonal conflict and relationship dynamics. The story begins with a musical performance and quickly transitions to workplace issues, including a pregnant employee's leave request and subsequent resignation. Parallel to this, a neighbor dispute arises due to excessive noise, escalating into a property dispute and eviction. Musical aspiration are also explored, with an artist attempting to promote their song, facing rejection. The core of the story centers on a tumultuous relationship marked by betrayal, blackmail, and ultimately reconciliation. A new job opportunity emerges, and the narrative culminates in a hopeful resolution, with the characters finding love and a fresh start. Witness protection. The story centers on a woman, Sophia, placed under witness protection after being targeted. She is under the care of a police officer, Nelson, who faces challenges due to Sophia's naivety and the complexities of the case. The story revolves betrayal, corruption, and romantic entanglements. Queen, Nelson's girlfriend, complicates matter with his unexpected arrival. The antagonist, revealed to be Queen's father, is ultimately brought to justice, but not without significant moral and relational consequences for Nelson. Becoming Mrs. Jackson, a woman who, driven by financial aspiration, impersonates her boss on a dating app to attract a wealthy man. The story unfolds with initial dates, a growing relationship, and a move-in proposal. However, the deception is exposed, leading to the woman's firing and ostracization. The man, initially hurt, is later offered the CEO position in his family's company due to unforeseen circumstances involving his cousin. Untimely, the man and the woman reconcile, and he proposes marriage, signifying a shift from material desires to genuine love and forgiveness. Zaza. The movie follows Zaza, a street-smart woman known as Straight Bullet, navigating a life of petty crime and relationship in a city plagued by crime and corruption. Her life takes a turn when she meets Officer Ray, who falls in love in her and helps her solve a murder case. The story explores themes of love, redemption, and the possibility of changes as Zaza grapples with her past and the challenges of leaving her old friend behind. The narrative highlights the realities of crime, police corruption, and the pursuit of justice, while also offering a social commentary on the struggle of those living on the street. The climax involves Zaza's involvement in a murder case and her subsequent arrest, but the resolution sees Officer Ray helping her, leading to a decision to start a new life together.